Firstful. Good morning, student. I hope you all are fine. I am your biologist teacher. My name is Kashaf, and today I am here to deliver a lecture on a topic: gaseous exchange in human. As you know that gaseous exchange takes place in a human body, in a plant, through a several or a specific function. So in human body, it happens through a special system that is called respiratory system. When we talk about respiratory system, we can say that respiratory system of human body is divided into two parts. That one is air passageway and the second one is lungs. Air passageway, we can say that it is a passageway through which air comes into the body, into the lungs, and after the gaseous exchange takes place, after the gas exchange it gets out of the body. And when we talk about the lungs are the place where the oxygen, where the gaseous exchange takes place. Now in our today's lecture we will talk about air passageway. Air passageway is divided, or you can say it consists of several parts. It consists of several parts. At the very first I will tell you that the very first part of air passageway is nasal cavity. It means that air enters through nasal cavity, and after the nasal cavity it goes to pharynx, and after pharynx it goes to larynx. After larynx it goes to trachea. After trachea it goes to lungs. After lungs it goes to bronchi, or you can say bronchi, and after bronchi it goes to bronchioles. After bronchioles it goes to alveolar duct, and after alveolar duct it goes to the last part, that is alveoli. Or you can say that alveoli is the structural or functional unit of lungs. Okay, come to our next topic, that is the explanation of air passageway. So at the very first I will tell you what is nasal cavity. As I have told you that the air passageway starts with the nasal cavity. So first of all, what is nasal cavity? Our nose encloses in a big cavity that is called nasal cavity. So first point is our nose enclosed. In a big cavity that is called nasal cavity. In nasal cavity there are two openings. There are two openings, and that openings are called nostrils. Nostrils are divided into two parts. The one is external nostril and the second one is internal nostril. In external nostril, air comes into the nose, while in internal nostrils, air goes further to the lungs and through the passageway, to all the passageway. And one more thing, in nasal cavity there are two main things. The one is air and the second one is mucus. Let me tell you the function of air. Why hairs are present in our nostrils, why hairs are present in our nose. So basically hairs are present for a specific purpose, because when we inhale oxygen, when we inhale air, so many dust particles are present in the air and we don't know, we inhale dust particles. So hairs that are present in our nose that filter the dust particles that present in the air, that do not allow them to go to the further in our lungs. While the mucus, so we can say that here the function of hair is to filter the dust particles. We inhale the air that is very dry. Sometimes we inhale the dry air, we can say that. Sometimes we inhale dry air that is very much dangerous for our lungs. So the mucus that is very slippery and sticky material present in our nose moisten and warm the air according to our body temperature. And as you know that our internal body temperature is 37°C. Okay, coming towards next part of air passageway, that is pharynx. After the nasal cavity, air goes to pharynx. And what is pharynx? We can say that pharynx is the muscular passageway. It is the muscular passageway. And it is present, it is common for both food and air. Common for food and air, and also we can say that it is a passageway, it is a pathway where the nasal cavity, nasal and oral, both cavities join together. After the pharynx, the next one part is larynx. It means that after the pharynx, the air goes to larynx. Larynx is the next part. We can say that larynx is also called the voice box. Larynx is also called the voice box. Our sound produced through the larynx. In larynx there is a vocal cord. In larynx there are vocal cords. Now the question arises, what is vocal cord or what are vocal cords? Vocal cords are basically the fibrous bands and when it vibrates it produces sound. Let me tell you one thing. When we touch our throat, when we talk with each other or when we talk with someone else, when we touch our throat, we feel some kind of vibration. Basically, these are the vocal cords that are present in our larynx and it produces the sound. If if there is no larynx, or you can say that if the larynx is absent or if there is a problem in larynx, the sound is not produced in a well way, and if in the case if larynx is absent in a person, the sound will not produce. And after the larynx, the next part is trachea. Trachea is also called the windpipe. And these are of C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Now the question arises, why they are in C-shape? Why they are not in a circular shape? The answer is very clear. These are present in a C shape because if there is no air in trachea, they help them before, you can say that they help or they prevent them from collapsing when there is no air. And if there is a lot of pressure of air in trachea, or you can say that if there is a lot of pressure of air, this C shape of cartilaginous rings, if they are in this shape, they can increase in their surface area. Now trachea, before entering into lungs, it divided into further two categories, or you can say that it is divided into further branches, that is called bronchi, and then bronchi is also divided into several parts, that is called bronchioles. After bronchioles, it goes to again bronchioles also divided into several tiny parts, that is called alveoli ducts, alveolar ducts. And after alveolar ducts, it divided again into different part, that is called alveoli, or you can say that they are divided, they make a cluster, or they make a balloon shaped cluster, and that cluster is called alveoli. And alveoli is the last part of air passageway. And when that is, as I have told you, as I have explained you the whole topic, the whole procedure of air passageway, let me take the help of diagram. At the very first topic, at the very first part of air passageway, as I have told you, that is nasal cavity. Let me tell you the function of nasal cavity. As I have told you, the first air goes into nasal cavity, and in nasal cavity there is a hair and also mucus. And the function of hair and mucus is to filter the air we inhale, and as well as warm and moist in the air. And I have told you the function of nostrils, that in nostrils, between, as I have told you, there are the two nostrils, the external nostrils and as well as internal nostrils, and between external and internal nostril there is a wall that makes them separate from each other. And the next one is pharynx. Next step is pharynx. Pharynx, the function of pharynx is to, it is a pathway. We can say that it is a pathway that helps or allows for the movement of mouth, or you can say that it serves as a pathway for the movement of as well as mouth, and as well as it serves as a pathway for the movement of air as well as. It means that after the pharynx there is another part, that is larynx. As I have told you, the function of larynx is to produce the sound. And then next is glottis. Now what is glottis? The function of glottis is to prevent airflow, or you can say flow of air in and out of lungs. And it is present on the floor of pharynx. After the glottis, there is one more part, that is epiglottis. And the function of epiglottis is, epiglottis perform the function as a lid, or you can say that it perform a function as a cap. When we take food, it goes only into the food canal through the esophagus. It couldn't allow them, it doesn't allow, means epiglottis doesn't allow the food to pass through the air canal. And when we only inhale the air, it doesn't allow the air to pass through the food canal. Okay, after the pharynx, larynx, glottis, epiglottis, the one next part is trachea. That is, this one part is called trachea, and its length is 12 centimeter. And there is a C-shaped cartilaginous rings. After the trachea, these are the lungs where basically the gaseous exchange take place. When after trachea and the further, it is divided into different parts, tiny parts, that is called bronchi or bronchioles. And the basic function of bronchi or bronchioles, it basically allows the passage of air. It basically allows the passage of air for lungs, clear, from the lungs to come here and out the air. Or you can say that in other words, we can say that it allows the passage of air from the external environment into the lungs. After the lungs, the last is alveolar duct. Alveolar ducts basically made with the epithelial cells. Alveolar ducts basically made with the epithelial cells and surrounded by capillaries for the blood supply. And after the whole topic, after the whole procedure, at the last, air goes into the alveoli, and that is the end point of air passageway, or you can say that that is the structural and the functional unit of lungs. As you have studied in class 9 about the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, our heart takes the deoxygenated blood through the pulmonary artery and then send it to lungs. After the purification of deoxygenated blood, it converted into oxygenated blood, and further it goes to to lungs through the pulmonary veins. And after all these things, this is the basically the proper circulation. In this way, the proper circulation of air take place. I hope you all understand this topic. If you have any kind of question, you can ask through sending us some message on WhatsApp or Facebook. Students, in our today's lecture, we have talked about gaseous exchange in human. There is a system through which gaseous exchange takes place, and that system is called respiratory system. Further, I have told you that respiratory system is further divided into two categories. The one is air passageway and the second one is lungs. Air passageway is a passageway through which air comes into the lungs. After the gas exchange, it goes out. Next, we have talked about the basic explanation of the basic steps of air passageway. The first, I have told you, the very first step is nasal cavity. It means that air comes into nasal cavity. After nasal cavity, it goes to pharynx. After pharynx, it goes to larynx. After larynx, it goes to trachea. After trachea, it goes to lungs. And after lungs, it goes to bronchi or bronchioles. And then it goes to alveolar ducts. And after alveolar ducts, it goes to alveoli. That is the main and structural part of lungs. In the explanation of nasal cavity, I have told you that there is a big cavity in nose. You can say our nose enclosed in the big cavity, that is called nasal cavity. There are the two nostrils. The one is external and the second one is internal. And in external and internal, both nostrils, there are hairs and mucus as well as. The function of hair is to filter the dust particles from the air, and the function of mucus is to filter, to warm and moisten the air according to the body temperature when there is when we inhale a dry air. And the second step is pharynx, that is called the muscular passageway, that is most common for food, common for both food and air. And you can say, in easy words, you can say that pharynx is a passageway through which nasal and oral cavity join with each other. After the pharynx, the third step is larynx, that is also called the voice box. And it is very important question that how sound is produced. You can say the answer is very simple. Voice is produced. There is a voice box through which the voice is produced. And how sound is produced, because in larynx there is a vocal cord present in a there are vocal cords that is present in a larynx, through which when the vocal cord vibrates, it produces sound. If the larynx is absent in any human, it means that it couldn't be able to produce any kind of sound. After the larynx, the next step is trachea, that is also called the windpipe, which is C-shaped, as well as its length is 12 cm. After the trachea, we can say when trachea enter into the lungs, it divided into two further categories or different parts, that is bronchi and bronchioles. And after bronchi and bronchioles, it goes to alveolar ducts, and after alveolar ducts, it goes to alveoli. And at the last, I have told you the basic function through the help of, by taking the help of a diagram of human air passageway. I hope you understand the whole topic. Let me tell you the main function of glottis and epiglottis. Glottis, the function of glottis is to prevent the airflow in and out of lungs. And epiglottis function is to it serves the movement of food, and also it serves as the movement of air into the lungs. And this is all about your whole topic. And one more thing, that is epiglottis is also perform its function as a lid, or you can say it is it performs its function as a cap. I hope you understand the whole topic. At the last, I will tell you the assignment for you people. You have to practice the diagram 5 times and send it to your particular respective teachers through WhatsApp or Facebook group. Thank you so much.